What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, I am TheSaffronMan and I am one half of RedVsRed, where two Man United fans come together and talk about the club that we love for literally all of our lives. And I'm here to be talking about the preview for our Europa League game tomorrow at 8 PM UK time against BODO/GLIMT, who are top of their Norwegian league, and it should be a bit of a spicy encounter, right? So yeah, thanks for all your support so far. We are up to 11 follows on Rumble and 12 subscribers on YouTube, so we're really enjoying that. Thanks for all your support, and when we get to 100, we're going to start up a Discord and just start generating a community out of all that. So it all means a lot to us, right? So Sporadiclese is going to be here on Friday, but until then, let's talk about the Europa League, right? Let's talk about how we're going to set up. Now, we've got some youth come up through the ranks. Godwill Kokoni, who I'm going to be talking about a little bit after the preview, he's been brought up into the ranks. And honestly, if we're going to be thinking about playing Godwill Kokoni, that there should be others that we should be looking at playing as well. But I'm really happy for him. I think that should happen. I think even though he's brought up to the squad, I think this is just going to be a squad experience for him. He might come on as cover. I just don't think he'll start. But the fact that he's going to be in and amongst it is really good things and good signs for Manchester United if we've got someone like Godwill coming through the ranks, right? Exciting times for that, especially when we've got someone like Euro. Could you imagine someone like Godwill Kokoni and Lenny Euro either side of someone like a DeLitt or something for the next 5 years? Maybe that could be quite something. But anyway, let's get involved with our lineup here. So, I've tried to, when I did the preview for the last match, when Sporadiclese was away, I kind of gave him cover, and it was Amorim's first match in charge. There were predictions out there and everywhere. I actually ended up getting pretty spot on with my prediction. The only thing that I got wrong was Ericsson in the midfield, but pretty much everything else I got right. So I tried to kind of stay in the same sort of psyche, trying to stay in the same sort of mindset of Amorim, and this is what I came up with. Let's start with Onana. Has been absolutely amazing this season. Some of the saves he's made. He's the best informed goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's got the Golden Glove Award at the moment for the month. He's got the most clean sheets, and he's had the most kind of saves. Now, there have been times where his positioning has been so bad, like earlier on in the season or late last season. I get it, but he's really making amends for this. Like, whatever nerves or whatever he had last season in the Champions League, he's doing well. So Onana, without shadow of doubt, #1 goalkeeper at the moment. Long may his progress continue, right? So we're very happy with that. Mazraoui, I put him on the left centre back last time, but the right makes sense too. Where he can play wherever we're short of. Mazraoui can literally, he can play in a 10, he can play left wing back, right wing back, on the left centre back. He wherever we need a player, he will play. And I think right now, right centre back is where he played last time. Keep that going. DeLitt at the back there in the centre, happy with that. I'd rather DeLitt be on the right hand side of the three, and Mazraoui be on the left hand side of the three, and Johnny Evans be in the middle. Just because I want Johnny Evans there in the middle, I don't want Johnny Evans having to charge out here and there, because he's then got to get back. That's a lot of effort and work for Johnny Evans to do. Again, let's just keep him in the middle. But he likes DeLitt in the middle. I get it. He wants Johnny Evans on the left of the centre back. That's fine. Godwill Kokoni could come in and replace Johnny Evans towards the end of the second half. I think that would be great. I think that would be a great experience for everyone involved. But I think that back three is kind of what, Maguire, Martinez are back in training, but I don't think they'll be fit enough. Lindelof has kind of disappeared again. So, yeah, we have options. Maybe Johnny Evans playing 2 games in a week isn't the best of ideas, and that is probably one of the question marks. But I think he trusts in Johnny Evans, and I don't think he would have played it. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's the back three. Same kind of safe back three, right? Let's go into the midfield. The midfield 4 that we have here. Last Friday, I mentioned that I think he likes the idea of Garnacho and Rashford playing in the same team. Now, Rashford was up top, up front, and Garnacho was where Rashford is in that 10 role. But obviously Højlund against a Norwegian team, I think he's going to be faster and stronger than anyone they've kind of come across before. I think Højlund's going to be really up for this one. He didn't really play. He played a little bit part the other day. So I think he's going to have a whole bunch of energy. He's going to want to impress, right? And if Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad, if those four alone cannot supply Højlund, what are we even talking about here? Right? Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad is enough to destroy any team creatively. Højlund should be able to finish off any chances that they create if they're not scoring themselves, right? But yeah, so I think Højlund's going to start, which means Rashford drops down into the 10 role. And I think Garnacho's just got a little bit more energy and a willingness to backtrack to help out Johnny Evans on the left-hand side. I still think he's going to want Garnacho to bomb up and down that left wing. And I still think Rashford is going to be in that pocket, being able to ping long balls, drop back if he needs to. But he's also going to be able to carry the ball forward, and he can either offload it to the left of Garnacho, cut inside to the right for Bruno, or have a shot himself, or set up Højlund. Like, there's options there. Diallo would be on the far right-hand corner to ping that 40-yard ball across. So, I think Højlund up front. Bruno is obviously going to be in that 10 role. He is El Capitan. There's nowhere else he's going to be. I think he's going to slightly change his movements from the weekend, though. I think he's going to be, he wants to be on the ball, right? But in this formation and this setup, he's getting 1 touch here, 2 touches there. He runs a little bit, and he's quicker with the delivery, so yeah, I think he's going to adjust it slightly. I think he's going to be a little bit more forward because he's got the protection behind him. But Ahmad, really well last match. Can we see some more progression from him this time? I really hope so. Again, with Garnacho, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo, those four should be able to create enough carnage against BODO or GLIMT, and try and create as much as they can for Højlund. I see goals in this team, especially with this setup if they get it right. But we saw, it was literally 10 minutes where the game looked good, where we looked okay. We scored in the first 60 to 80 seconds, but then after those 10 minutes. So it's like getting the information into this squad. It kind of separates after, I'm sure it's going to last a little bit longer this time, but 15, 20 minutes, let's say. And it's going to take time to instill that mentality, but we should have enough of this team. Now, one of the flaws for the weekend was our midfield. Yeah, everyone around the outside of the core midfield were doing great, but Eriksen and Casemiro barely touched the ball. They were barely in the right positions all the time. Their legs were kind of gone towards the end. It makes sense. So, Ugarte and Mainu, which I think is a really awesome combination. I think Kobe wants to come in and impress. Kobe was a little bit on autopilot mode at the start of the season. That's understandable. He's had a busy 12 months. Obviously, he had a crazy end of the season with Manchester United. Obviously, scoring those goals, winning those trophies. He then went away with England, and that was a roller coaster. And he's come back, and it's been another roller coaster with the club and the manager and everything. So, I think that injury could kind of worked out well for him. Trying to see things on the positive side, because now he's going to come in fresh. He's had a chat with the manager. I think it's going to be great for him. So, Ugarte, who's just a destroyer. Kobe Mainoo's not a destroyer. I'm happy with Casemiro and Ugarte as a double destroyer kind of pair. I like the idea of that. But you don't need a double destroyer against BODO or GLIMT. One destroyer should be absolutely fine. And Kobe Mainoo should have the license to progress and go forward as well, because Ugarte is just going to be there hovering back, and we've got the back three there right behind him so it makes sense. So hopefully we can make it happen. But yeah, I know, bit of a kind of quick one with a predicted lineup here today. Let me know what you guys think below. I've tried to stay in the same psyche of Ruben Amorim and try to give players minutes and still shift around the positions and try and keep that squad depth going. We do have a lot of good subs on the bench. Talk about someone to kind of change the game. Xerxes is still looking for some minutes. Eriksson and Casemiro are still going to be there. We mentioned Godwill Kokonki as well. So let's just kind of talk about him real quick. We'll come back to the predicted lineup if we need to. But this is 16-year-old Godwill Kokonki, and he's like 6'3", 6'4". And you look at someone like Garnacho, who's 21 now, something like that. 22? Oh, I might have to double check. Just to double check. Why is his age not that? He's 20. He's 20. So Garnacho is kind of a little bit scrawny. He's yet to kind of fill out. Look at Godwill Kokonki. He's going to be an absolute specimen, an absolute athlete. And the fact that he's been brought up to the Europa League squad already is a promising sign. We've got to remember, we've just got in Chido Obi-Martin from Arsenal on a contract, but we're about to give him a professional contract before the end of this month. So Ruben Amorim has instantly made an impact by getting in touch with some of these youngsters, letting them know what's going on, bringing some of them toward the fold. He's been active in their training. He's starting to get an idea of just how talented our under-18s, especially and under-21s team are, and trying to integrate them into the squads. Mate, that's absolutely amazing. That's exactly what we need to do, and long may that continue. Now, we've got defenders coming back, so Luke Shaw and Taro Malacia. I think both are going to be trying to get sold, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. I think we're definitely going to try and bring in Alphonso Davies. But when I look at Godwill Kokonki, and I look at Lenny Yoro, and we look at De Ligt, who's only 24, I think. He's 25 now, just turned 25. He was on the 12th of August. So, De Ligt could be their general for the next 5 years. Right? And after they've gone, Godwill Kokonki and Lenny Yoro, they're just going to be 21. 21 under the general leadership of Matthias De Ligt for 5 years, who's been around and De Ligt is a general. And I'm all about that. That's a really interesting prospect to have Lenny Yoro in the right centre-back, Godwill Kokonki on the left centre-back, and Matthias De Ligt in the middle for 5 years. Yeah, I know that Martinez is going to be great, but I'm just saying that as a prospect is a really good one. And I think it's a really good idea. And it looks like Amorim's trying to go down that same role. He's not rushing Lenny Yoro into the squad. He's just trying to build his time. And I think he's going to try and get Godwill Kokonki in the same squad at the same time. It will save us. I think I've heard him saying Ruben Amorim wants like 2 centre-backs, 1 left-back, 1 midfielder, and a striker with a winger. Or something like that. He kind of wants a little, but he definitely wants 2 centre-backs. Well, here's one of the centre-backs right there. Or there he is. So he's one of the centre-backs. And that could save us a pretty penny. And if we were to keep Godwill and sell, Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof, right, there are other options, and we could bring in a few more as well, right? So have consideration that this predicted lineup that I've just done today. At the moment, we've got Mazraoui playing out of position on the right centre-back role. We've got Johnny Evans playing a left centre-back role, who should really be a centre-back rather than a left centre-back. We have options in the future. And then Mazraoui could go to the right wing-back role. And then Delo could go to the left wing-back role. We can have all these attacking players back, being attacking players, knowing that we've got someone like Lenny Yoro where Mazraoui is, and Godwill Kokonki where Johnny Evans, mate, that is cover. That's filling in the gaps where you've got a problem. And then you're allowing the other players to play in the more natural positions. And it's exciting. I was so giddy against Ipswich when we scored. I was trying to calm myself down. I was like, okay, it's the first game of an era. Let's just calm ourselves down. And it didn't disappoint. That first goal was like, oh my God, this is actually happening. And then reality kind of hit me. I'm kind of still in that giddy stage because I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. We're all learning. Ruben is learning, I'm learning, you're learning. We're all seeing something different. Yes, like some of the patterns are the same, but this is a new time at United. Everyone is playing a different position. Everyone is different formation. Everything is kind of new. The things that we've seen over Man United over the last 10 years has been... There's been flashes in a pan, sure. Like that game against City in the FA, that's going to live long in the memory. How we ever done that, I have no idea. But I'm so happy that we did. But we haven't played like that before or since. And this new style, I believe in. I saw enough in those 10 minutes, like against Ipswich. Oh, yeah, that could work. That could do really well. Oh, yeah, but that didn't work that time. But this and that and that. I'm seeing some of those patterns and some of those ideas come to the fruition, and I see the potential in this squad. I see the potential in the young players coming through with the generals like De Ligt and Martinez. Still, I don't see Casemiro and Eriksen staying around, but I think Ugarte and Mainu are just going to be prime United for a long time. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of jibber-jabbering now, but I think... You know, BODO and GLIMT are top of their table. They've got 59 points. It's nearly the end of their season. This is basically their FA Cup final sort of stuff. And I think they're in a much better position as a team than we are. 59 points of the season. Mate, we haven't even scored. I don't even know. We don't know what 59 points looks like at the moment. So, I think there's going to be a tougher game than what most people are going to think, oh, BODO, GLIMT, haven't heard of them before. But then they haven't seen at the top of the table. They haven't seen the goals that they scored or what's been happening. So I think they're in a much better fitness. I think we're going to win 3-0. Purely because I think Højlund is just going to be up for it. I think Højlund is going to be a menace, and I think Bruno and Rashford... and Garnacho with Diallo are just going to be too much for BODO to deal with. And I think our defensive stature with our midfield, I think we've got the composure. Can Kobe and Ugarte and everyone kind of sink into the new formation, the new ideas? I believe so. And if we can create half the chances that Ipswich did against us, I'm sure we're going to score goals. And so I'm going to go 3-0. I predicted 4-1 against Ipswich. Ipswich could well have beaten us 4-1, if I'm honest. But I do see our defence working. And Onana's been in top form. So it's got to be a deflection or something special or a howler for it to go in. But yeah, I think Højlund might grab a brace today. If not the full hat-trick. If he gets the full hat-trick, yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. But I do think... I think Kobe might get a goal. I think he might come back and he's got a strike in him. We all know, inside the box, outside the box. I think Kobe's going to be very important. I think he's going to be pumped up. I think Kobe might get the first goal and then Højlund gets the other two. Or Højlund just gets all three and Kobe has a masterclass in assisting him. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. Again, thanks so much for all the comments and all the follows and subscribers that we've had lately. It is getting pretty cold. I hope everyone's getting everything sorted out, ready for the holidays. But yeah, look forward to this match. Enjoy it. And yeah, you'll probably see me at the weekend with the podcast. And you'll see Sporadiclese on Friday with the review of this game and then the preview of the game at the weekend. So thanks for all your love and support. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Till then, peace.